So, hello everyone. When this audio comes through to you, we're having issues here. I don't know what's going on, but let me know if you can at least see the picture I have up there. What are you looking for? Are you looking for the other piece?
Oh, pretty much everything.
Sorry, people. Are you looking for that?
Yeah, I was looking for that other one too.
Oh, the old one. It might be over here too. Sorry, people. Hang on. Just let us know if you're getting any image at all. Yeah, I don't know. I had it at one time. Sorry, it's just been one of those crazy days. So, when I went to do a test, it was not showing the camera. So, okay, let me see. Audio is good. Some crackling. Make sure everything's tightly plugged in here. Which one is the? I think the crackling was the paper, maybe. Of course, Picker says we're cutting in and out. Okay, but you can see the picture of the snow. I want to at least know that there's at least something coming through image-wise. And then I'm going to remove that picture, and then what I need to know is if you can see us cutting in and out. Okay. Hang on. One of those days. It's almost made me wonder if we were even supposed to do this today. Okay, I'm going to try turning this off. Turning that back on. Okay. You can see the picture. Okay, is the sound any better? Basically, I just turn the mic off and on again. I think everything's tightly in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the photo I have up. If I can figure out where that little guy is. Where's the picture? And then let me know if you can see us, because it is now removed. All I'm seeing is a white picture.
Yeah.
That fixed it. Okay, good. Sound-wise, that seemed to fix it. Yeah, see, that's weird. Okay, yeah, see, I could look there and see that they were getting a picture. Sorry, people. I just had a feeling that this was going to be one of those days. So I'm just waiting for the lag time to catch up, and I have no idea what yeah, it's a white screen here too. Okay, I have no idea what happened. I went to do the test, like I always do a preview stream, and there was nothing. So bizarro.
Let me ask you if you changed something in here?
No, I didn't. It's showing that my video capture device is on. See, that would be off. This is on. Whoops. It's acting really bizarre. Okay, let me go ahead and put the snow picture back up. I guess we're just going to have to show you images. You're not going to get to see our mugs today, which is fine, because it's been very stressful today. Okay, hang on. Let me get... I gotta get my pictures. I'm really sorry, people. I just had a feeling it was going to be one of those days for the show. This is why I don't like doing set days. We seem to do better when we just suddenly... just, you know, hey, we're doing a show and we're doing it right now. And every time we try to plan one, it's just like, it's insane. So, we'll just have to be like an American homestead for our end and just show you pictures. Sorry, people. I have no idea what happened. I only found out that it was going to be white screen just before we got started. So it wasn't that nice. But as long as you can hear us, well, no, I had that uncovered. If it was working, it would actually look like masking tape.
Oh.
It wouldn't be. I had that uncovered. I just covered it back up. So
okay.
Okay. So anyway, we're just gonna. I will be showing some other pictures. Yeah, it's gonna be more of a podcast. No actual video other than photos. We'll show you photos. So But thankfully we did get some pictures, excuse me. I'm bummed because I had some books I wanted to show you, but I did drop in some links, and I think WeTree should have those links copied. I don't know if I have any other moderators in here right now. I haven't seen any others. But and then she can repost them again later when I talk about those books. And she knows those books very well because she was the one that recommended them to me. So, and as far as this picture, this was, the snow's all gone like I said it would be, because we just don't get much snow. When we get it, we'll get a few inches, and in a day or two it's gone. That's just the way it is here. So I ran out there and got a couple of pictures while I could, just, you know, the snow on the blueberries and whatnot, and I just thought that was pretty. So Mr. Rain and I have been cramming. I feel like we're cramming for an exam for the things that we were a little bit crazy, and I'm still trying to look at the camera, but there's no camera. So I want to at least pretend that I'm looking at you in your eye. Oh, and I was going to show you the prizes. They're not much, but we are going to have some giveaways today, since we did hit 3,000 subscribers the other day.
Yay!
Yay! So London Worms is here. So let's just go ahead and say hello. I know the Texas boys dropped in a while ago, and of course WeTree's been here. We have Verna and Charlotte Willis, Old Alabama Gardener. Let's see if there's anyone else that I missed. Oh yeah, T is in here. Homestead Tessie. Scrolling up, see if there's anyone. And I saw the pickers.
SG's in here.
SG, did I? Oh yeah, SG. Sorry, SG. I knew you were in here. Durr. Jim.
Cherish.
And Jim Wilford is in here.
Cherish is here.
Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cherish each day. And let's see, Little White House. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anyone. I'm trying to. Oh, and Ath is in here. Hello, Ath. Nice to see you. Or, you know, see your paw. Okay, buffering to offline. Okay, well, it's showing live on our end. I'm just going to keep going. I think that's what we're going to expect. And for those of you who can still hear us, I did look into the internet, and it isn't quite available, the higher speed in our neighborhood, but it is in our town somewhere. And so they're working through to get it, you know, they're going neighborhood by neighborhood, and we're on the list to be notified once it's available here in our neighborhood, and then we'll be able to upgrade, and we should be able to get a better live stream, which is another reason I don't want to do too many of these live streams. I just mostly wanted to do this one because of the 3,000 3,000 subscribers, and then well, goodness, if we have no picture, we don't need those crazy bright lights on us, do we? We should just turn those things off. Those things, they really get annoying. So so while he's doing that, I'm going to wait on the giveaway thing and see if some more people come in here. And for those who are coming in and having the buffering issues, you know, it's not just you, it's both ends. We've got it as best as we can get it. I don't think anyone's online anywhere else, you know, on ours. So, and that's another thing too, experimenting with different times to see if there's certain times of the day we get better.
Yeah, let us know what specific times is afternoon like this on Fridays. Does that work out for everybody, or is this a terrible time? Obviously, everybody who is here can make it, so we're glad you're here. Appreciate you coming in. Hi, Mother
Many Horses, and Sammy Joe. One Lost Dude. Some more people coming in.
Nice.
Mud Pie Girl. Okay, so I was really hoping I'd be more put together than this, but yeah, it's been crazy. So just some updates on what's been happening. I still am getting skirt orders all the time. New skirt orders and apron orders. Orders for soap and lip balms and things like that. And so I'm staying busy with that. And then of course, you know, like a lot of us, out there gardening when I can. This time of the year is when we get the most amount of rain, and so it's kind of like touch and go. So the other day we got some nice weather, and some of you might have seen the video I did of the front section and what I'm doing there. And I didn't think to put any pictures up of that, but yeah, and I will be expanding now. Or even after that, I did that video, I did go out and expand a little bit more, and I was hoping to get out the next day and expand even more, but then it started to rain, and it's been raining ever since, so I have not been able to go out and do any more. So, but that's the way it is. It's like, no matter what needs to be done inside the house, if it's a nice day and it's time to get gardening, you get out there and you do it, because you may not have that day tomorrow. So, but yeah, see, now that's, okay, there we go. And that's going to be way behind. Sorry, people. Anyway, so there's that on the garden, and there's lots more. A lot of times when I'm walking through, you know, that was like my third or fourth try trying to do a video of the front garden area. And because I always leave out a lot of really important things that I want to talk about that we're going to be doing out there. And one of the things is eventually we want to put some chain link fence and then plant some vining kind of fruits. And I've got some kiwis coming in. I'm going to try hardy kiwis again, and I'm thinking about maybe putting a couple around the peach tree. I don't know. They need something to climb on, or having those be something we put on the fence. I don't know. I have all kinds of ideas to make the most out of our front yard. So, oh good, T. I'm so glad. I am so glad you like it. That shampoo is, you know, a lot of people, not a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people have been really happy with it, but some people are like, yeah, I don't know, this doesn't quite work for my hair. And I think a lot of it is because people are used to shampoo having sudsing agents in it, and those are the agents that are actually really tough on your hair and scalp and should be avoided anyway. So it may not seem like shampoo, but yeah, I love it. It works great for my hair. So anyway, there I go with the so anyways. Let's talk about what time are we at? Wow, it's already that late. Okay. Let me go ahead and talk a little bit about thyme. I just wanted to touch on it. I'm not going to go into detail, partly because I didn't have as much time to study the thyme as I wanted to. But I really wanted to get this one out there because it is very easy to grow. It is one of my favorite culinary herbs in the garden. All through the summer, I'm out there picking it and eating it, throwing it in salads and everything I can. I love the taste of thyme, whether it be lemon thyme or your just standard garden thyme. And here's the thing. It is like most of your medicinal herbs, most of your culinary herbs, it is packed full of wonderful health benefits and medicinal properties. Now, this is where I'm bummed that I don't have my, I'm going to need those books over there that you borrowed for your computer, sorry. I can't show you the books now, but I did drop in a couple of the links to the energetics of Western herbs. Yeah, it's just, everything is acting bizarre. And so, just really, really thorough books. I mean, and I'm saying books because it's so thorough, it had to be put into 2 books. And so, and thank you, Weetree, for recommending them. What I'm going to try to do is, I just really wanted to show them to you, but you got the link so you can see them. I'm going to read just a little bit about thyme out of a couple of different places, but I'm going to keep the reading time short because I know that gets boring. I wanted to read let's see. Sorry. I really wish I was more on top of things right now. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted to read. I wanted to read where it's it talks about just the parts of the body that it has the most medicinal effects on, and that is the lungs, stomach, intestines, uterus, nerves, adrenals, spleen, kidney, and one of the things it's most well known for is curing lung infections, or helping to cure lung infection. And it doesn't matter if it's viral or bacterial. And goodness, there was another thing. Okay, and then in Kat Ellis's book, I'm just giving you a quick overview because I don't have time to go into a whole lot. There's just too much here. Parts used, parts used are the leaves. Actions are analgesic, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, antitussive, antispasmodic, and expectorant. So obviously, you know, it's going to be really good for colds and flus. It is used very commonly for helping with coughs. You can use it as a tincture or a tea. And then, of course, the essential oil is extremely powerful. Now, I believe strongly in essential oils and getting those essential oils and you know, stocking up on them and learning as much about them as you can. But because not everybody's going to have the ability to make essential oils, and you never know what's going to happen down the road if you'll even be able to get your hands on essential oils. I like to highly promote people growing their own herbs and growing as much as you can. And the great thing about a lot of these herbs, like thyme, is it is a perennial, and it will keep coming back, and it will come back bigger every year. Yes. Sorry, I was reading Wheatree's comment there. So having having the books, having hard copies is extremely important. You never know when you're not going to be able to have access to the internet to look these things up. Now, I did, and I had it here too, and I did copy something that had some more brief notes on the thyme that I wanted to read. Here they are. I was trying to scan it, and I was having issues. It was. I tell you, people, everything that could go wrong was going wrong, it seemed like. So I want to read to you the nutrients in thyme. So dietary fiber, 56%, protein, 11%, carbohydrate, 8%, calories, 5%. Vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin A, riboflavin, and vitamin B6. You know, these are the things that are high in. Obviously, it's going to have a lot more than this. Minerals, iron, manganese, calcium, and magnesium. So, oh yeah, and I wanted to read the rest of this. Aids in curing respiratory ailments such as bronchitis, chronic asthma, or seasonal allergies. Beneficial in improving vision. Aids in improving heart health. Improves blood circulation. Boosts immune system. Provides relief from stress. Wow, I should have been eating this before we got started. Rich in antifungal and antioxidant properties. There. That was really what I was trying to look for, was something that was brief and to the point. So again, these books, The Energetics of Western Herbs, I found on Amazon, and those two links there, those are my affiliate links, and those were the best prices I could find. That was the best price I could find on these books. When I first got looking on Amazon for these books, I couldn't find them for, I think, under $100 a piece. And so I waited a while and looked again, and then I saw them, and it looks like they have, I don't know how many they have, because I bought one of each there, and it's hard to say how many they have like that, because these were secondhand, but they're in excellent condition. They look brand spanking new. I swear they weren't even used. And then Kat Ellis's book, I'm sorry I don't have the link. However, the links are also in the description box. So if you don't get a chance to grab them out of the chat, I have the links to both the Energetics of Western Herbs and Kat Ellis's book, The Prepper's Natural Medicine book. And these are my newest herb books that I have on hand. And Cats is real nice. It's very basic and simple, but the nice thing about hers, it's kind of more from her talking too. I mean, not that there's not good knowledge in here. Where you got some books that are just the information, and then you can also read something that's written like, hey, this is how I use this, and that's what I like about Rosemary Gladstar too. So putting all of that together is really important. So if you're into herbal healing, stock up on your books and get the best ones you can find. I know some people out there have a whole library of nothing but herbal books. So, and this is really important, people, because not only are we looking at trying to get away from big pharma medicine, we're trying to find a way to take care of our health in a way that we can do it ourselves. We can grow our own medicine. And it doesn't have to even just be the herbs, because food is our medicine. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it's always meant to be. That was the way God meant it to be when he created the garden and all those herbs and said that is to be your meat. So, yeah, so you can find the links to the books I just mentioned, plus Rosemary's books and the Rodale one. And so at least I got that far today. I managed to get that in there. Okay, so let me look through my pictures, and that's all I'm going to say. Oh, I know what else I wanted to say before I get off the herbal subject, and that you can use the books. I'm sorry, you can use those now as your little desk. I'm done. Poor Patrick. I'm confusing him over here. Is another person to look into. Homestead Mama is going to start doing some more live shows and focusing on specific herbs, kind of like I was trying to do. I think she's able to have more frequent shows and be more on top of it than me. And she's definitely more knowledgeable in the herbs, so I really want to give her credit for that. So look up Homestead Mama. She's got, I was watching her live show the other day, and she was just talking about how she's going to start doing this on a regular basis, focusing on herbs, excuse me, how you can use them, how to grow them, and all that kind of stuff. So look her up. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. There was also another channel I wanted to give a shout out to. And of course I'm having brain cramp and I don't remember who it was. Hopefully it'll come to me. Okay, so I'm going to wait till about... Gosh, do you think we should do the drawing now? I'm trying to decide. Or I'm calling it a drawing. It's not really a it's not really a drawing.
That's fine.
I'm gonna do like I did before. I'm gonna ask a question and have you guys answer it. Now the prizes today are simple. I'm giving away some homemade herbal soap. Every single one of the soaps have at least one or more herbs from my garden, and a lip balm. And I know it doesn't sound much, but I'll tell you why in a minute, and then you'll be happy. That
you will be happy.
And that's all there is to it. I'm really bummed because I'm holding these and I can't even show what they look like. They're very cool looking. I really like the way my soaps look. There's something about the herbs in the soap that just make them look very, well, cool. Very herby. Okay, so here comes the question. Ready? Okay, first person to answer correctly this question. What 3 ways did Mr. Rain open a can of corn?
Bum, bum, bum.
What 3 ways did Mr. Rain open a can of corn? You need to list all 3 ways. You can keep it as short as possible, but all 3 ways. And Sammy Joe, you should be able to at least see a picture. Oh, you can't hear she can't hear anything either, so I'm sorry. Well, she can't hear me say that then.
Uh-oh.
Huh. She may need to refresh. So, okay, I'm waiting. I want to make sure the question got through. I repeated it twice. I'll repeat it one more time because of the buffering. So here's the question again. What 3 ways did Mr. Rain open a can of corn? And that was in that spoof video about how to open a can. So you need to list all 3 ways. And let's see, I guess I need to keep talking because it's going to take a while. It looks like we have a long lag time. Okay, thank you, Wee Tree. She put the, I remember the canned corn tree. No, sorry, mother of many horses.
Well,
that does not count.
After harvesting the cans off of the tree, how did I open the cans?
Yeah, after the harvest. Okay,
F
yeah,
got
right, okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Okay, keep coming, people. That is correct. Okay, number 2, we got, oh, no, actually number 2 is Rosalind. You're real close. Real close, but the knife incorrect. So, Ath gets a soap and a lip balm from Rain Country Homestead. Hello, Teal House Farm. I wanted to give it to Rosalind. Okay, tractor thingy, saw, and yeah, there you go. SG again. Okay, people.
So Ath was 1.
This
SG
is what I didn't
2.
say, is I had 3 bars of soap and 3 lip balms to give away, so 3 winners total. Let's see.
3 ways I opened it on that video.
Tractor thingy. That's close enough. So we got 2 winners.
SG, you're supposed to say what the make, model, year of the backhoe was.
That's just rude. How rude. I might just go ahead and, let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and give that 3rd one to Rosalind. Or Rosalind.
Okay.
Rosalind? Yeah. Because she was so close and, oh wait, hang on. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Forgive me, people. Chop saw and the loader knife. Well, that was wrong too.
Yep, it wasn't a knife.
It wasn't a knife. Okay. I'm going to, let me see if I'm sorry, let me scroll up and see if I missed somebody, please let me know, because I know the first one I saw that got it right. Who was it?
It was Ath got it first.
Okay,
and
Ath.
SG got it second.
But if there was somebody that said it between SG and Ath, was there somebody else that said it? I know there was Rosalind, but she had knife wrong.
Yeah, I didn't notice anybody, but
okay, here's Ath's. Okay, backhoe saw can with open ring on it.
you just said it.
Okay, open top. Yeah, I know, but I'm looking at the. Oh yeah, so I'm giving the answers. What I'm doing is looking to see, because because if somebody else didn't come in here, chop saw and loader knife, and see that.
Let's see,
2 people said knife and there was no knife.
Tractor saw and
I like crash lights.
Gene O'Connor just popped up there with an answer.
Okay, how about I do this? I will give away 4. So let's go, because I already said Rosalind. I don't know if it's Rosalind or Rosalind. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I already said I was going to do that. So let's do this. Let's go Ath and Rosalind and...
Well, SG got it.
SG, yeah. And...
Gene O'Connor.
Gene O'Connor. So there's 3 people that got the answer absolutely correct. And because I already said, mentioned the one person there, I don't want to leave them out. So, what I want you to do, people... the reason I was actually wanting to give away 4 anyway, because I wanted more people to win. I didn't want to just give away one thing, and so I went with smaller things this time. And so send me an email. We've got your names written down. Send me an Send me an email, making sure to also include your YouTube name. And what the other thing I want you to say is what I'm going to read off flavors of soap. The 4 flavors I'm offering, and the 4 flavors of lip balm. Where's the other one? Okay, I brought the other one out. Okay, I had to bring them out so I'd remember.
So I want to make sure that we got everybody. So I think this is Rosalind.
Yeah, Rosalind.
Okay.
And Athrenus. If that's how it's pronounced. Hi, Ellen.
Yeah, we got SG, Jean O'Connor, and Rosalind.
There's 4. Should have been 4.
That's 4.
Okay. For
Got
some
'em.
reason. Okay, yeah. All right, so send me an email with your YouTube name, and then tell me what flavors of soap and lip balm you want. You get one lip balm, 1 soap, and let me read to you the 4 different flavors of lavender. Lavender is one of the flavors of lip balm. Orange, it's just plain orange. Frankincense or peppermint. That's the lip balm. I'll read it off again so you can remember, or in case you missed it. Maybe somebody could type it out there. So orange, lavender, frankincense, or peppermint in the lip balm. Okay. And then these are my 4 newest batches of soap. Lavender yarrow, and both the lavender and the yarrow in there come from my garden, plus lavender essential oil. Lemon ginger dandelion. Now the lemon and ginger didn't come from my garden, but it does actually have ginger, real lemon peel, organic, and dandelions from the garden, plus lemon and ginger essential oils. Peppermint tea, which includes my own tea blend that includes peppermint and other herbs from my garden, and peppermint essential oil. And then orange, vanilla, calendula. So that has organic orange peel, orange and vanilla essential oils, and calendula from my garden. So, and they're all vegan. They're all made with coconut oil. So no worries there. So if you got all that, I know there was a long list. So let me know which ones you want, which ones you're interested in out of the soaps.
Can you put that in the description box, like tomorrow or something?
Yeah, maybe I can do that. Or if you send me the email, I can type it up and send it back to you, and then you can decide out of those. So I just read those out loud because I know it's a lot of information. But the soap, I'll read it quick. I'll just read it short. So lavender yarrow, lemon ginger dandelion, orange vanilla calendula, or peppermint tea.
And so
And of course I'll need your address.
Wheatree had said something about SG Woodworking is passing it on.
Oh, is she passing them on? Does she want to pass it on to the next person then that said, is that because she won the last time and she doesn't want to be a hog?
I don't know.
I'm getting the soaps out of my way so I don't sit on them.
Maybe she doesn't like your soaps, Mom.
Oh, rude. Okay, well let's clear that up. And then Mr. Rain will talk some about solar, so that's the next topic. And I do have pictures for that, so you don't have to keep looking at a cold, snowy picture when the snow's not even here anymore.
Yeah, so everybody, just to reiterate, Heidi's going to send you guys an email, correct?
Yeah, that you send me an email first at the address there that Wheatree.
And she'll let you know what the soaps and lip balms.
Yeah, and that might make it easier than you trying to remember what all it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, frankincense, orange, peppermint, and lavender were the lip balms. Okay. So, was there something else? Okay, the passing it on thing. Did SG pass it on? I'm not watching the chat at all. I'm trying to get back in here. Hi, Suburban Hillbilly. Thanks for coming in. Woodsman. I always want to put an S in the wrong place. And I know I said hi to Teal House Farm. Okay. All right, well, just let me know. You guys can hash it out. Just don't give each other a black eye, please.
Or us.
And did you see Crash Light's his answer, his original answer, or hers? I'm assuming hers, whatever. I'm sorry, theirs.
Crash Light.
Yeah, about the hard work, explosives. The answer, the 3 different ways. That should have been acceptable too.
Yeah, it should have been. That's a good answer.
Oh, good, Brenda. Yeah. So, yeah, start growing those herbs, people. Again, I wanted to talk more on time, but I wasn't I wasn't as with it as I wanted to be, and that's why I keep putting this off, and it still ended up being crazy. But, you know, it's such a tasty herb anyway to grow. I like to throw it fresh onto, like if I'm having rice with something, I'll just throw it on there and just eat it fresh like it is. Always add it, especially the lemon thyme is so good in salads. Well, both. I like using both the lemon thyme and then the regular garden thyme. Oh man, so tasty.
So SG, you will be getting, you are a winner. And because you pay such good attention, we're going to send you the soap.
Yeah. Yes, I don't want to be a hog.
No, you're just good.
I'm glad that you love my soap. Yeah, if making soap, I know, Tessie, I think, makes her own soaps. And if you haven't got into soap making, don't be freaked out by my last video where I put the thing, how I got the mixture on my lip. That had never happened before. But you know what? It's one of those wake-up calls where we get ourselves into that situation where we're like, well, it's never happened before. That means it'll never happen, right? Isn't that kind of the modern way of thinking? And that's why people don't, do things to prepare themselves for for anything that can happen. So, duh, I should have known better. All right. Okay, so all right. Like you said, I'm trying to let these guys hash it out. Just send me an email, those 4 people, and I'm trying to be fair. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but we'll do more of these in the future. Maybe even by the time we're ready to do another live show, we might have better internet, and so everybody won't have to be frustrated with our poor internet. Okay, so we should get on to the next topic, because I know that Texas boys, or Texas dad at least, wanted to get in here and learn a little bit more about solar, I guess.
Yeah.
So what picture would you like me to put up first?
Well, let's
Hello,
see what
Susan,
you got.
And Sheps for her, and James.
Well, I had drawn a very, just to start the lesson, I guess you'd call it, off, was a very simple rendition. Okay.
I don't have the simple
That's
one.
That's basically of mine. Okay, we'll just go ahead and leave this one up, Heidi. That is a system that I have, and in simplicity, all you're looking at is solar collection. You're putting that back into a combiner box, which is basically a DC breaker box, and you're going to a charge controller that controls your voltage supply to your batteries, and there's different rates of charge when you charge your battery banks. Of course, that goes to the battery banks and goes back into the charge controller to feed the inverter, and the inverter changes your DC to AC, and that goes to your AC loads. So working from the top of this particular diagram, we have in the upper left hand corner, you can see each one of those lines, or those lines of solar panels, those aren't batteries, they're solar panels, solar panel arrays.
Put the top.
Yeah, so each 2 solar panels is a 48 volt array. I have 14 arrays in this particular system. So if you look at the two up in the upper left hand corner, I have 2 24 volt panels in series, makes 48 volts. So whenever you hook 2 panels together, or 3 panels, or 4 panels, or however many panels you want, depending on your requirements, your voltage requirements, or you can set it up in 12, 24, 36, and 48 volt, and I think there might be 60 as well. I think there's a 36 volt systems that you can do too, but pretty popular are 12 volt, 24, and 48 are typically the ones that you're gonna see. The 48 volt, the higher the voltage that you go on the DC side, the smaller the wire size that you can use, and that reduces your costs. I elected to go with a heavier gauge wire. The longer the wire goes, the more resistance and less efficient your solar system will be. And I think I'm kind of digressing a little bit, but back up in the upper left-hand corner, where you see the dotted lines circling the 24 volt solar panels. Those are supposed to be solar panels. And that makes a 48 volt array. And so I have 14 of those that feed into the solar combiner box. So I have 14 breakers in this midnight. Actually, I have 2 midnight solar combiner boxes because I filled the other one up. After it gets to the combiner box, it's bused to 2 wires, heavier wire, that runs to the solar charge controller, and that's a 60 amp solar charge controller. This particular system, you're not seeing the fuses, you're not seeing the grounds, and all those different things that are encompassed in doing one of these systems right. But you always need breakers. Always want fusing and different things to protect your investment. So as it comes from the combiner box, it goes into the charge controller. What you're not seeing on this particular drawing is a distribution box. The distribution box, basically, that's where all your wire goes into. I got it kind of shown that's going into the charge controller, but I didn't have enough room on this 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper to incorporate that. So basically, that's where all of your heavy wire goes, and it gets distributed from the brains of this whole thing is the charge controller. What that does is it regulates the bulk. You see, it's been a while since I've done this. So you have a bulk charge, you have one that's in between there, and then you have a float. I can't remember what the middle terminology is. But basically, when you have batteries, let's say you use your power in the middle of the night, and your batteries are low in the morning before the sun comes up. When the sun starts coming up, you're going to be in a bulk state, and that's when the batteries are down to a certain voltage. Like these batteries, deep cycle batteries. These are lead acid deep cycle batteries, and they like to see down to 50% charge. And then when you're in bulk state, just for the lack of knowing what that exact voltage is, let's say it gets up to 75% charge, it's still going to go. It's still in bulk rate, and then it's going to go into the second charge, and that's going to start tapering off the the charge into the batteries. And so once you get into float, the float, it just kind of maintains full charge on the batteries. So what else can I say about that? You should check your batteries in the summertime. I'd say probably at least once a month. If you have lead acid batteries, you want to check your levels and fill those back with distilled water. We use rainwater in ours. Keep those above the the plates on the batteries. You can't really use, well, I'm not going to say you can't, but you probably shouldn't use just regular vehicle batteries. Those are a different type of batteries. Deep cycle batteries are like golf cart batteries and batteries that are made specifically for solar arrays. They're meant to take a little bit more of a discharge than a vehicle charge. A vehicle battery is designed for the cold cranking amps. When you're really cranking over a vehicle, it's taking a lot of current for a very short period of time. Whereas you have when you have your battery banks, you're going to have the battery banks sharing the load. As you can see, I have 8, 16, 32 batteries, and they're basically sharing the load of what goes into our appliances or whatever. What can I tell you about the charge controller? The charge controller is a 60 amp charge controller, and the inverter is a 4800 watt DC to AC, and it's an inverter. Is exactly what it says. Is it converts the DC voltage to AC voltage, which will in turn feed your AC appliances in your house. Let me think about anything else I can say. I also have a remote controller for conditions of the batteries, what I have coming in for wattage. On on sunny days, I can be getting to the point where I'm pulling in as much over 60 amps of current. So then I'd have to go out and go to the combiner box and flip off some
Great.
I'll have to flip off some breakers so I don't trip the 60 amp charge controller breaker.
We might have missed. Do you know how long it was offline?
I just noticed it being offline.
So hopefully it didn't miss too much. So in case you guys didn't see or missing some of the chat there, if you're liking that schematic or sketch or whatever you call it he drew up this morning, I can email it to you. Just send me an email to raincountryhomestead@gmail.com and I will attach that. So,
that is correct, Gene. That is, you get the right answer on that one. It is absorption. I just couldn't remember it being on the spot here and everything. But you are correct. It's bulk, absorption, and then float. What else can I say? So
I know there was that other picture that you drew. I think I added it in here. Yeah,
okay, we'll throw a couple of pictures at you here.
Well, there was the other.
Oh, that's the simple one. Okay, you did get a shot of that.
Oh, that was the one.
Yeah, I was wanting to hit that one first. That's just to kind of warm me up to this thing. That's just a real simplified, everyday approach to solar. You have your kind of upper left hand corner. You're going to have collection, and that goes into your DC combiner, and from your combiner. Basically goes into the brains of this whole thing, and that's your charge controller. And your charge controller sends and receives voltage from your batteries or your storage, and then that feeds your inverter, and your inverter converts to AC, and the AC feeds your appliances.
IT.
anything else there? What else you got for pictures, Mama?
Okay, so and then we got pictures.
Let's go. Let's go for the solar panels first, Mom.
Oh,
That's the.
okay. Let me see, solar panel. Let me take that off and go this.
Okay, that's where it all starts. That's our solar setup. We got 2 of those panels, and for the sake of conversation, let's go to the upper right-hand corner of that picture. Those are 2 different. We got four 180 watt panels to start with, and we just kept building on that from there. And but each one of those, or one array, is 2 of those panels hooked together. So I've got 28 solar panels, 28 180 watt solar panels total, but I only have 14 arrays. So
the peach tree is hiding some of it. So obviously this picture was taken back before we moved the peach tree to the front yard.
Yes, the peach tree is in the front yard. You can see us moving that in another video. But see, each one of those solar panels is 24 volts. But I wanted to bump up everything to 48 volts. So I had to link 2 panels in series to make 48 volts. And so that's why I say I only have 14 arrays that go into the combiner box. So let's see, do we have a picture of the combiner box, Mom?
Okay, hang on. Sorry, get in there. Okay, that would be
I see breaker box. Maybe you're thinking that's the. Go
I'm thinking it's this one here. Let me remove that. Oh, I can't click on it. It's not letting me. That?
Okay. No, that's not the one. Go to breaker box, Mom. Okay, here we go. So that is the DC. Those are DIN rail breakers, and each one of those DIN rail breakers goes to a array. So remember, an array is 2 of those 24 volt panels. So each one of those breakers has 48 volts going to it. So I've purchased another 6 280 watt 24 volt panels, so I'm going to have 4 more arrays. Let's see, is that right? Oh, 3 more arrays. That's going to go into that left midnight charge controller, and so that'll almost fill that up. So I'll have 3 more breakers in there, and so from those goes to that second picture that I showed you. Okay, that's going to go off to the left. As you can see, the conduit that runs off to the the conduit that runs off to the right goes back over this way, and that feeds that little lighter colored box to the lower right hand corner of the page, and that is the distribution box. So we get a good tax credit this year. I purchased a new Schneider Electric distribution box that actually goes with that particular brand of equipment there. Everything is going to be Schneider Electric. All this is going to match its Xantrex. And so I plan on getting another one of those units on the top right hand corner. That's the charge controller, and I took the cover off of there so you can kind of see up in there what it looks like. So I'll have, in the end, I'm going to have 2 60 amp charge controllers. That lighter colored distribution box is going to disappear, and I'm going to put in the new distribution box. It's going to actually really clean that up in there. All the wires and everything are going to be subdued to where you can't see them, and that unit on the left hand side is a 4800 volt or 4800 watt charge inverter or inverter. The unit on the upper right hand corner, I forgot to mention, that's an MPPT, that's maximum power point tracking, which is better than the it's more efficient. It's like I think it's 92 to 98% efficient, whereas the let's see, the PM, the word escapes me, but it's only supposed to be like 80% effective, and it's a true sine wave inverter. Some of the cheaper sine wave inverters are gonna cut off the top of your signal. If you look at an AC sine wave, it's supposed to have a nice sweep to it. You're gonna have a positive and negative sweep, and modified sine waves basically have the tops kind of cut off of them. I don't know if that makes any sense or if I'm getting too deep into this, but anyways, let's get back to
well, that's why I was trying to give him plenty of another reason I didn't want to go too much into the thyme and all this other stuff, because the herb, because I knew this was going to take a while for him to go over some of this.
Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, that's basically, I don't know what else you got for pictures.
Do you want to show the batteries?
Oh, yeah.
So
you gotta have storage, huh?
Okay, well, here's the top ones on top. These were our first set of batteries. Those are just golf cart batteries, right?
Yeah, those are golf cart batteries that we got from those we got from Les Schwab tires. They got a pretty good deal on some batteries.
Can you make essential oils without a distiller? I believe you can. I don't know. Hope, and thank you for the $2.
That's great.
I don't know anything about how to make your own essential oils. I want to learn, and I would like to get a distiller or build one, and so that we can do that. So I wish I could tell you. I know there's other ways to do it. Somebody in here I think should know, because I don't know. There's like, you can press them. I've seen herbal presses before, and I thought about possibly seeing if we could build something like that or purchase something like that. So anyway, sorry. All right, so go ahead.
So yeah, there's each one of those rows of batteries is called a battery bank, and so each one of those batteries is 6 volts. And those each row of those batteries is linked in series to make 48 volts. So we go from negative to positive, all the way down the line through all 8 batteries, and 6 times 8 is 48. So that's each one of those rows is called a bank. So I have 4 banks. I don't know if they got that other picture of the batteries.
Okay. Yeah, I have this other picture, but it only shows a few of them in the picture.
Yeah, so that's the Trojans that I got, the T145s, and
hey, BC.
So I have actually 4 banks of batteries. Those 4 banks of batteries gives me. Oh yeah, that's great.
That's very sweet
anyway,
thank you.
That's kind of distracting, isn't it?
Did you have a question? Yeah, it's like whoa, bang.
So anyway, thank you everybody. But anyway, yeah, those. We've been building our solar setup a little bit over time, and so last year we picked up the batteries. You know, those are one of your bigger investments. I figured, you know, probably your solar panels are probably might figure maybe a buck a watt on those. But anyway, yeah, I installed all this myself. Scratching my head and going back to thinking and figuring and all that good stuff, but yeah, I got all the crimpers and heat shrank everything, and that watering system is a big fail.
Yeah, that's kind of.
That was a little bit of a disappointment.
That they really didn't make it right. Yeah, I figured it was easy to distill, Brenda. We just got to get around to getting a distiller, and with all the herbs I grow, eventually want to get to the point where I can make my own essential oils. But I do want to just and I know I'm getting off the solar thing again and going back to herbs, but I do want to really stress the importance of people starting. Obviously, it's really important to learn how to grow your own food. But I think it was James. I saw him in here earlier. He'd asked me in a comment on another video about growing herbs. And herbs are some of the easiest things to grow. And most of your herbs are perennials anyway, which means once you have them established, they will just keep coming back. I mean, basil is not a perennial, so you have to plant that every year. But I did finally find an easy way to grow basil here. I am sure there's people that live in drier. Thank you, T. Love you too. You're such a sweet lady. I'm sure there's people that live in drier climates that can grow blah blah blah. That can grow basil a lot easier than we can. It took me a while to finally find the perfect way to grow it, and it has to be in the greenhouse in a pot, not in the ground, in a pot as high up as I can get it. But because even in a pot on the ground or even a raised bed, it's just still not good enough here. It has to be up high. So, hello, Palmetto Paratrooper. And I know a lot of people have come into the room since we've been both, you know, yakking our jaws here. Okay, let me go back. I want to make sure I'm not missing any questions here. I'm sorry, people, my chat keeps disappearing. It's really irritating. So I want to make sure we're not missing anything. Okay. Something else. Was there something else about the batteries? Okay, somebody said something about building oh yeah, we were kind of thinking about just building our own.
A distiller?
Seems like you could just get an old pressure canner or something and do it that way.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to do it all stainless.
Stainless would be nice.
Yeah, and then,
again, at least grow your own herbs. Rosemary is another one that's tricky for us to grow, but if you watch my last video, I do, you know, I've tried it in several different places, and I found the only place it wants to grow is right there on the west side of the dance room, martial arts room. But it's happy there. Even though it doesn't get near as much sun out as out in the main area. If it's out in the main area during the summer, it's happy there until winter comes, and then it rains and rains and rains. And even though it's kind of raised up, it still stays just too wet. But all the other herbs do really good out there. So, okay, was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Let's see, we got a pictures of the batteries, pictures of the remote. We didn't show that.
The moat.
The moat.
So yeah, there's the I have the capacity to monitor the current usage coming into the array, and also what our load current and wattage is. Let's say, so right now, I don't know if you can see it, but it shows like 53 watts is being fed to the load, and it's kind of a dummy gauge there. It shows the battery level between empty and full, and I have a charge on the batteries of 51.9 volts and 5.8 amps going to the batteries. Let's see, anything else I can tell you about that? So the load, that's going to show you what you're using in the house. Let's say I've got a wash machine plugged into the solar, and we're totally off grid on this particular. We're on the grid, but as far as the solar setup, we're in no way attached to the grid on that. If you attach to the utility grid, you need to get a hold of your utility and all that good stuff, and then put a disconnect, a transfer switch on that. So let's say the power goes out and your solar setup is connected to the grid. You can kill somebody, kill one of the linemen working on the power lines, you know, down the road. So that's what the transfer switch is for. So anyways, I digress. But anyway, with this particular unit, I can shut off or turn on the charge controller. I can shut off the inverter. I can monitor usage. I can keep track of what my daily collection is as far as kilowatts are concerned. In the wintertime, we can make as much as half a kilowatt. And in the summertime, I'm out there flipping breakers off to keep it from switching that 60 amp breaker off on the charge controller, and I can collect, I don't know how many what's one of our high days, 17 amps, 17 kilowatts or something.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
I thought we got more than that.
Anyways, it's up over 15, 17 kilowatts. So a lot of folks in the south there, in more southern climates or more sunny climates, would probably say, man, you could probably run half of the town with the solar array you got there.
Okay.
But one of the weak links that we have with that is I have the solar panels facing at a 512 pitch due east.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mount them on the roof because we're limited for space around here. And I thought, well, with all of the expense that would go into a tracking device or something that you can face towards the sun to get more direct sunlight, I thought, well, let's just get more panels. And this way is an efficient way that we can mount those panels and have them not being in the way. But the 6 additional panels that I got, we're going to mount those on poles on the north side of our garden area and have those facing to the south. So they're going to be a little bit more suitable for solar collection. So that'll help us in our quest for collection in the wintertime. In the summertime, we make more energy than we can use.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing at Palmetto Paratrooper.
What did he say?
No, wheezing the juice. Well, he didn't put the
Palmetto, he's a distraction.
Distractor. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to read questions and stuff, but my chat keeps doing the little stupid flashy thing that it does. So forgive me if I'm missing anything here. Yes, James, he built the greenhouse. He built it years ago. So we've got, here's something else I wanted to say. I was only going to go for an hour, but we can go for an hour and a half. Besides, new people are coming in, like Bandana Grandma came in. The bandana lady. Okay, and Nifty Thrifty, my keyboard, everything is just going really slow on my end, so I'm trying to answer questions this way while he's talking, but it's, man, everything is very sluggish today. Yes, you are disruptive. But yeah, surprisingly enough, I can grow lavender fairly well in the main garden, even though I can't grow the rosemary. But rosemary and lavender are very similar. They need similar type of soil. But I do notice that the lavender that grows next to the west side of my dance room, martial arts room, dojang, does best. And I think it's because of that. So, oh, look at you. You're getting it figured out. What are you looking for?
I'm just clicking on this.
Just trying to see what all pictures. He's scrolling. He's going through the pictures again to see what's all there.
Just to see what we got.
But yeah, and another thing you can try with herbs if you haven't tried it yet, and certain things that just do not want to grow in the ground, which is what I want to do with carrots this year, is growing them in pots. You might find some things just do better in pots. Now I found out the rosemary did not like it in pots. It had to be in the ground. But I actually have some rosemary plants around here that I started from seed. It took me a couple of years of trying, but then I figured it out. A lot of the way I garden is just, I read a little bit here and there, but I have to, for me, the best way for me to learn is just do it and see what works. I just learn best that way because it's hands-on. I remember it better than if I just read it. It's the same thing with medicinal herbs. I remember more what they're used for when I'm forced to actually have to use it, or when I make myself use the herb for something and it works. I remember it. So that's just the way I work. Sorry, Patrick. Here I go stomping on you again.
Well, that's okay. I've said enough. What I wanted to add to your comment about, there's only so much you can read and talk about this stuff, but you really never know until you actually physically plant the stuff and see if it's going to work in your area.
Yep.
And even different parts of the yard, it's going to produce better than others as far as sun exposure and shade and
microclimates.
Yep.
And so we're gonna so you can spar. Oh yeah. Well, I haven't been doing much in martial arts for about, it's been, well, not quite a year yet, but I was teaching class for about 8 years. I've got a black belt in Taekwondo and a black belt in Wu Wei Gung Fu under Sifu Joseph Cowles, who was a former student of Bruce Lee. And he recently, well, not recently, a couple of years ago, he passed away. He was in his 80s and a very, very super humble guy. Wonderful stories of Bruce Lee. I've kind of mentioned that before. We miss him. He was just he was a wonderful person. You can look him up. His name was Joseph Cowles. You look him up online and you can find his, he was in Black Belt magazine a few different times over the years, and he's, in fact, I have the mats that I have in my room in there. If any martial artists in here may know who Wally J is, Wally J was on those mats, and it's so cool because they're my mats now. I have them. I will never wash them again. No, I'm just kidding. just a joke. But anyway, yeah, I gotta get back into shape when it comes to the martial arts. But I work hard around here, I tell you. Okay, so what else here? Lavender work well. Okay, yeah, so again, I can't say this enough. I was going to mention, that's what it was. We were asked to be a part of a collaboration by Ozark Off-Grid Family. I was thinking I'm saying it right. And it's about our first year homesteading. And our video is coming out on Tuesday. I know Homestead Tessie is a part of it. Teal House Farm already put theirs out. There's a few more people. So a couple of them were really new to me. I'd never heard of them before, so it's really cool because collaborations are great because you get to meet new people along the way too. And so go make sure you watch. I think Tessie, if you're still in here, I think yours is going up tomorrow. And then Teal House put his up yesterday. Yeah, and anyway, it's about our first year off grid, and we got to make that. That was the other thing we got to do today. And it's a little bit tricky for us because we'll go over this in the video some, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because we can't really decide when did our first year actually begin, because it was something we slowly worked our way into and didn't even know what homestead or homesteading or homesteaders were until people started calling us that. Like, oh yeah, you guys are homesteaders. We are? What is a homesteader?
I'm picturing somebody coming across
exactly
coming across the
covered wagons
Midwest over there with a wagon train and pushing prized belongings off the back of it, just to make it west. That's the kind of what I describe as a homesteader. But you'll find out when we have our we'll collab. We'll explain it a little bit better as to the reason why we call ourselves a homesteader, and we do fit that description.
Yes, and I also just did another video that is separate. It was one I've been meaning to do for a while that I'll probably put up. It took me a long time I had to keep reshooting it. I'm still not happy, but I'll probably put it up anyway. And it's just a chat of me talking about the definition of homesteading. And anyone who's friends with me on Facebook probably saw me put some of that up. But there's more to it than that I go over in the video and in my little chat. And my main thing is, with all the definitions that people have flying around out there, and there's a lot of wise words from some channels that I highly respect, and I'm no way would negate anything that they say. However, I do not want to see anybody get discouraged by somebody else's interpretation of what a homesteader is, because some people say you're not homestead unless you're off grid. Some people say something totally opposite. And it's like, and really, you know, you got to start where you're at, and whatever you're doing, if it's growing herbs in a pot, you're doing something to put yourself in a better situation. And that's my point. Anything that you can do to be a little more self-sufficient, a little more free of big pharma and big gov and whatever else, you're putting yourself in a better situation, getting out of debt, blah blah blah. So anyway, we'll go over more of those in the other videos, but just to kind of give you just a little taste of what's to come there. And let's see, I'm not really keeping up with the chat, people, so if you have any real questions, you know, if you
no fake questions out there.
Let me take this thing because it's not pretty. Let me put the chickadees up.
That's not pretty.
The chickadees are cute.
The guys might think it's pretty.
Let's see, where I have to remove it. Oh, here it is. Sorry. What? Now it's a white screen again.
There's a nest.
What the world's going on here?
There's a nest. Motorcycle.
There's the chickadees.
Ah, how cute.
They're so cute. You know, as cute as they can be. So, anyway, yeah, so it's just make sure you start somewhere. You know, there is hope, and that's my message. There is hope. Don't lose hope, people. If not everybody has the money to run out and buy 10 acres, 20 acres, 40 acres of land, and if you live where we are at, you definitely don't have the money to run out, because it's like, what are we looking at? Like, you know, a 10-acre piece around here of just land, it can be a minimum of $100,000. So, yeah.
Homestead in place.
Another rain rant. Well, I was trying to be careful not to rant, and that's why it was taking me a long time to video, because I'm really trying to be careful not to, it's not in any way meant to be a response video to other videos that came out, because it was one that I already had planned on making, and so I'm a little leery of it coming across as a response video or trying to negate somebody else's words, and I'm not in any way. So, okay, so
what do you use to catch your rainwater in?
Sorry,
SG Woodward.
There's error while licensing this video. Licensing this video.
Huh? What?
The internet is not my friend today. You know what, Trollforge? It's not my friend today either. My printer was not my friend either. It didn't even want to scan, and I was about ready to defenestrate the whole kit and caboodle. Boy, I haven't used that word in a long time, and that's one of my very favorite words.
Not since this morning when she defenestrated me out the window.
You know, I was just going to ask if anybody actually knew in the chat what the word defenestrate means without looking it up. It's one of my very favorite words. It's been one of my favorite words for about 10 years. And what is going on? The internet is not my friend. Things are going bizarro here. Okay. See, okay, I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to catch up and see if there's anything. Yes, James, I agree. And when I first started getting into watching YouTube channels, and you know, as we were moving ahead in this lifestyle, I was looking specifically for people that were making do where they were at. And when I came across the DeVay's family, I was like, wow, that gives me so much hope, because, you know, we don't know when or if we'll be able to just run out and buy property like some people seem to just think we should just be able to run out and go do. And when I say some people, I'm not talking about just any one person, but you know, you always get people, it's like, well, just go get property. It's like, well, it's not that easy. You know, it's not that easy to just run out and get it. You know, especially when you have absolutely no desire to get back in debt again. None. You know what I did, Ginger? I ended up unplugging the whole thing, and I rebooted it, and it was fine again, but that's the second time I've had to do that in about a month. I think it's dying a slow death, just like my computer. But this laptop has been the longest lasting laptop that we've had.
And she's used it so much she's pecked all the doggone paint off of the letters on some of these things.
And I even got a letter just missing, a key missing. And I have one that doesn't work at all, and so that's why I have my portable keyboard that I use. But okay, and yes, and I know I didn't think to make the announcement because, but we haven't, it's been a couple weeks since we've done a live show, but for new people coming in, just so you know, we do try to keep things truly family friendly, and what that means is I like the way Sam from Teal House Farm said it. Is like, if you wouldn't want your toddler running up to your pastor and saying it, then it's not considered family friendly. That's one way. I look at it is, if it's something you wouldn't have seen in a movie, when the movies first came out, or even 50 years ago. If, I look at movies that are considered family friendly now, and I'm like, wow, that's family friendly, huh? Wow, I never saw anything like that when I was a kid. We're talking G-rated movies, so we're pretty square when it comes to family friendly. So we're just trying to keep it so everybody can be in here and not have to be exposed to things they don't want to be exposed to. I realize that we're all different in the way we're raised and the way we see family friendly, so just whatever. I talked enough on that. So what do we have here? Yes, derelict buildings. Yes, exactly, Palmetto Paratrooper. Look for land with derelict buildings on it. It drives the price down. Look for a land in an area that doesn't have a lot of jobs. Might help too if you can. We don't have a lot of jobs around here, do we? So why in the world is
the real estate keeps driving the prices up
so flippin' high? Okay. So yeah, and the other thing is, I know a lot of people want to say, just, well, get up and move out of the area then. Well, that's not as easy either. And I think a lot of people out there could relate. For some people it's easy just to get up and leave your kids and your job and your whatever else you got going on around here, and you can afford to just pack everything up and move, and that's just not where we're at. We really don't want to sell our house. If we sold our house, yeah, going out and buying that homestead that we're looking at would be great. That'd be easy, but we don't want to sell our house, and we don't want to get in debt, and we don't want to leave our kids, and the list goes on and on and on. So that's, yeah, okay, so I'm trying to catch up here, people. I'm just kind of like rambling so I can sort of read to see if I'm missing anything important.
Any questions, put them in caps.
Suburban hillbilly, we can be square together. Does that then make us a rectangle?
That actually makes you fit together, what do you call it, efficiently.
Efficiently.
Yeah.
Just not.
She said something about us calling her square, and I says, no, we're just rough around the edges.
Okay, let's see here. Yep, hip to be square. Let's see. Oh, now I just had a blank. I cannot do this stuff when I'm put on spot. Huey Lewis in the news. There we go. Okay, so all right, we'll probably wrap this up. I'm just gonna hang on a little bit longer. I see Charlotte's got to go. A lot of other people have had to take off. And I keep wanting to go back to the topic of the of the videos that we have coming out, and I need to stop because you got to go and watch those videos. So as far as this video, I probably will post it tomorrow, and then I'll add the commercials. I was trying to be kind to you all and leave the advertising off so you could actually get right in the chat and not have to wait for the doggone crazy commercials to get through. So yeah, but you should be able to watch a better stream with all the information on there. And sorry, I'm just kind of like tripping over my words here. Just looking to see if there's any other. I'm scrolling. Did I miss anything? And people who won the thing, don't forget to send me your email.
Thanks everybody for subscribing.
And just know it might not be until next Friday that I get that stuff in the mail, because we only go out on Fridays. Speaking of mail, we got to watch for that lady to come by.
Ah, yes, you have a bunch of stuff going on.
And thank you for those who hit the little thing there. I appreciate that. I'll be doing shout outs for that in future videos, or even link your channel below. Let's see. Thank you, T. Email sent. Great. Okay. Okay. So any other questions on solar or herbs or
Anything else?
anything?
Going once?
And thank you, Midwife Mountain. It was people. That was the channel I was thinking of. Midwife Mountain. She just got her channel up and going, and I can tell right off the bat it's going to be a great channel. It is a great channel, not going to be. She's got a few videos out, and fun lady. Check her out. Go subscribe, and yeah. And you don't have to tell her Heidi sent you, because she's hearing this, hopefully.
Midwife Mountain's right there.
I know. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm sorry we were, even with 2 weeks to prepare, we were still disjointed and having a hard time getting this one together. I think we do a lot better, people, when we just say, hey, we have time, everything looks good, let's just jump on and do a live show. Instead of planning. So I think I'm just going to do that next time. I'm just going to, this skillet free zone.
Yeah, you're one lost dude. You're safe on that side.
Yeah, on that side.
She can wield a skillet, I can tell you that.
So, and I know Troll Forge is leaving, but I am so sorry. It's even my chat is lagging on this end. It's been crazy. But hopefully it won't be too long in the future when they get the upgraded, which is going to be twice as fast as what we have now. Which we have 10 megs, and it will go up to 20, and some of you will still laugh because you'll go, what? I have 100. But hey, 20, you know, is better than 10. I should get a better stream. Okay, so I'm going to call it quits. So thanks for dropping in, you guys, and just be watching. It'll probably be bleh. It'll probably be a spur-of-the-moment show next time, but Fridays do seem to be the best days for us to squeeze these in. Maybe sometimes a Saturday, but right now Saturdays are usually pretty busy with Mr. Rain working on our son's house. So anyway, we'll see you when we see you, or we'll see you around YouTube. And thanks for watching and chatting, and though you didn't get to see us. And take care.
And God bless.
And God bless. And hit